It's my pleasure to welcome you to another exciting moment of Talk to B. It's Talk to B, baby. Yeah. How are you doing today? I am so glad to be here today, and I'm sure you're happy to see my face as well. But first, I would like to say thank you to all of you that has been supporting this show. This show wouldn't have gone this far without you guys. So I am grateful for the love. I'm thankful for the subscription, for the likes, for the comments, for sharing this content. I am grateful. I appreciate you guys. So if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please do. Help me. I need your help, guys. Please help me subscribe to this channel. Help me tell a friend, tell another friend to tell another friend about Talk to B. On Talk to B, we learn about life issues. We learn from people's mistakes. We share people's experiences and learn from them. Thank you so much, guys, for all the love. You can also follow me on my Facebook page, Abiola Ayomide Adebayo. My name is Abiola Adebayo Akinride. Before I introduce my guest today, I have an amazing guest in the house. You know me, Sha. Shebi, you know. You've got to learn something. All right, let me quickly go for a break. When I'm back, I will introduce my guest. But just in case you like what I'm wearing, just send a DM to @RTWB5000 on Instagram. You like my jewelry, send a DM to Jewelry by B5000 to order for yours. We ship nationwide. Anywhere you are in the world, we're ready to ship there. Okay, I'll be back. Do not go away.
Talk to B.
Talk to B.
Talk to B.
Talk to B.
Talk to B. Talk to B.
Talk to B.
Talk to B.
Yeah, you have to talk to B.
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 Talk to B. Share your experience.
Everything they said about the show.
No, mo nǹkan tó ṣe fún mi o. Mo bínú mi ṣe dùn tó. Papi show. God bless you one more time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Anything tí mo bá ṣe fún yín, èmi náà ni mo ṣe fún. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ní life yìí náà trust la need. As long as they trust me, àwọn èèyàn mi wà tẹ́ máa refer mi sí sir. Inú mi dùn gan ni sir pé tẹ́ like nǹkan tí mo ṣe.
Wá ṣe. Ó wá kù nǹkan. Ṣé o kò mo sọ fún ẹ pé tí n bá dé Nàìjíríà mo fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣọwọ́ gan-an.
Ẹ má worry.
Jọ̀ọ́ má jẹ́ n sùn lébi o.
Ẹ lè sùn lébi gbogbo yẹn lèmi ti put in place.
Mo kíra mi láti ìlú òyìnbó ni.
Kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ kíra yín tó Nàìjíríà yìí gangan. Èmi gan ti bá ti di ìrọ̀lẹ́ máa bá yín gbé nǹkan wá tó jẹ́ pé ọmọ tí mo set fún yín ẹ bá ń bẹ̀. Ṣé bá àwọn ọmọ tí mo kó wá fún yín? Special ni wọ́n.
Mo lè ṣe mẹ́ta pọ̀.
Mẹ́ta máa fún yín márùn-ún.
In fact, mo jẹ́ nìkan.
Gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí máa ń fún ẹ ṣáà. Ó ṣáà ń ṣe lẹ́sẹsẹ. Wo sórí tó bá wá sílùú òyìnbó. Má bá ẹ jẹ́ gan o.
Ọgọ́ mi.
Má bá ẹ jẹ́ gidi o.
Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kí n tẹ́lẹ̀ wọn yín sáà.
Àmì. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo èyí tó ń ṣe fún mi yìí. Àwọn tá à ń dúró lé rèé. Má tẹ̀tẹ̀ rọ̀ǹbù mi ò sọ pé mo fẹ́ dá foundation sílẹ̀ bí máa fún mi ní àwọn èèyàn tí ò pé mi dá foundation sílẹ̀ àwọn tí mo fẹ́ rà àwọn náà nìyí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. But best tó ṣe yẹ náà ọmọ mẹ́ta àbí márùn-ún ni mo ní kó kó wá kí ló dé tó ṣe mú òun nìkan wá.
Bàbá àwọn ọmọ yóò ṣe easy àti kó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wàhálà tí mo ṣe kí tó mélòó wa mo ṣe wàhálà gan o wẹ́ẹ́dẹ̀ máa enjoy ẹ̀.
ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ṣòro ẹ̀gbọ́n mi wọ́n ṣe èdè látàbúrò tèmi mo lè fẹ́ kó gbádùn ara wọn tó jẹ́ pé tó bá padà báyìí wọ́n máa ròyìn pé I had a nice time in Nigeria.
Ẹ kọ́ orí nǹkan tó gbà. Kí ló ń ṣe ẹ̀ polówó ọjà ẹ̀ ẹ wo bàbá ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tiẹ̀ yẹ̀ wò ó máa ṣírí yípa.
ẹ wo wájú ẹ wo ọjọ́ wájú kẹwọ ẹ̀yìn.
Àlàyé ẹ má mi sí o wàhálà.
wàá gbé yín débẹ̀.
Papi Show! Are you alright?
No, listen. I'm beginning to think this is spiritual. It has a spiritual meaning. Why? Why are you doing this to me? No trust the teller now. You're disappointing me. I don't want this. Why? Ẹ jẹ́ kí mi convince wọn tí bá ti convince wọn máa padà wá sókè náà.
wàláì àwọn ọmọ jù normal girls lọ ọmọ ìbò ṣe wà ẹ̀mọ́ tó gbé lọ ní ẹ̀mọ́ aláì iṣẹ́ ìdú o.
Papi show. Okay, tell them to get out.
Alpha aláì ó ti débi ọ̀rọ̀ owó.
Jẹ́kú wà sálẹ̀.
lọ́ọ̀bù ara wa gan-an. Mọ́mí kí lọ́ọ̀bù mi gan-an èmi náà mo tọ́ ọ̀bẹ gan-an.
Sọ fún pé tí bébí wa bá ti dé ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ máa jẹ́ rùn mi. So I was actually thinking pé kí n pe àwọn tó máa ń decorate ilé pé kí wọ́n bá wa decorate yàrá bébí wa sí.
A lot of rest. Nítorí àwọn nǹkan tá a ti experience sẹ́yìn kó má tún ọkọ mọ̀. Kò lè má ṣe rẹ léṣe, ṣé wo nìkan ló máa kókó níṣòro ni? Má ṣe rẹ léṣe ọtí ò lè solve anything.
Owó funfun níṣẹ́, kò ní kò ní jẹ dáadáa, máa jẹ́ kọjá bó ṣe rán mi. How much I love you. I mean, tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ kókè fine, we are not even thinking the direction of getting married or something.
Nínú ló fi ń bọ́ mi láàárọ̀, nínú ló fi ń bọ́ mi lọ́sùn àtàlẹ́ mọ́ mi, ọ̀rẹ́ ilé jáde ń sú mi.
Letting me know, ṣé wàá mú ẹ̀kú ọ̀bẹ yẹn? You will remain there. You want to die there, isn't it?
Nígbà tó dẹ̀ fún mi bí fọ́ máa ṣẹ́ ní ṣekúṣe báyìí, ìwọ ọmọ náà lè ya tiẹ̀ kó jáde fún mi nílé, ìwọ lè fẹ́ jáde fún mi ni.
Ọ̀pọ̀ náà àwọn tó wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ àná ọ̀dà tí wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé ó mì tí bá ti fẹ́ jáde èmi náà gbọ́dọ̀ máa bèrè jáde.
Kíkẹ́lẹ́ mo ò sí lọ́dọ̀ mi, kò sí lọ́dọ̀ mi. Abirù mi sọ́nà sáńdì wo lẹ́nu fọ́mọ onílé pé yẹ láti bá yẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Kíkẹ́lẹ́.
Yes, I do not have to say so much about my guest, but I've said it earlier that I have a brother, a friend, a colleague in the house, you know, somebody that you've been seeing for a while now, but you probably would not know so much about him. So I intentionally brought him here to hear directly from him, to learn from his experience, how the industry has been treating him, what he does. You know, it just a lot of times, aside Instagram, we seem so far away, but yet we are close to you. Join me as I welcome my friend, my brother, Show Olamilekan. He's going to introduce himself properly. Here is Show. God bless you, brother.
You're welcome. God bless you too. God bless you too.
Thanks for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
I know it's not easy. I know you're very busy. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the love, you know. I know what it is. We're in the business together, so I know how busy everyone is. So whoever gives you time, even if it's just 10 minutes, is money. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for honoring my invitation. Thank you for coming. Even at a short notice, you still showed me love. Like, you have to come because it's me. Because thank you so much. I really do appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. So for the sake of my viewers that are home, that are seeing you live for the first time, like, oh, so this is this guy. I don't know so much about him. Please tell us about yourself. Tell us everything that we need to know about you.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, my name is Shoneye Olamilekan. Most people call me Show.
Yeah.
Most people call me Papa Show and all that, you know. I'm from Ogun State, both parents from Ogun State. I have 2 siblings. What else? I was brought up in Elasamaja slash machine.
Okay.
Yeah. I am married and I have a beautiful daughter. So what else about me? I'm an actor and I am also a businessman.
What kind of business do you do?
Well, I run a company called Daylight Packaging.
Okay.
Daylight Packaging, it involves packaging products for brands like Wamco. Let me give you an example now. It's how am I gonna put it? We are into printing basically. Okay, let me put it that way. But we do all-round printing from the bottom, from the scratch to the bottom. Let's take, for example, all these bread nylons that you see, sliced bread and all that. So what we do is, if you have a job for us, we'll give you designs, different kind of designs for your bread wrappers, and after then we'll do the printing for you. We get the nylons and we supply bottled water, cartons for like because I remember that I designed for picnic 3 crown. I give them the design and the 3 crown as well. So the carton, the nylons and all that. So that is what Daylight Packaging is all about. So we do the design from the scratch and we supply you the package that you need.
Big boy.
I'm not a big boy, yo. So all you need to do is just, put your product and seal. Even for poundo yams, all these poundo stuffs and all that, we do everything. So that's what Daylight Packaging is all about.
You're a big boy.
Yeah, big boy. Big boy.
Okay, so you've been in that business for over 15 years or thereabouts.
As the CEO, over 15 years, but I mean the business generally, because I was actually working in a company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I joined the company in 2002.
Okay.
I started as initially I was a graphic artist.
Okay.
One of the best in Nigeria actually. So when the CEO of that company, the name of the company is Flexo Accessories. When he saw the potential in me and all that, so that was actually the first time I traveled. He actually sent me to India to learn more about graphics because Indians have one of the best graphic artists. So when I got back, so I was promoted to be the head of marketing and graphics. So I worked on that company from 2002 to 2008, 5 years. So I resigned 2008. Then I think I was making a lot of money for the man, and I was like, oh, I could start this thing for my own. So I started mine in 2008. Okay, so now it should be 15 years. So
15 years thereabouts.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So at what point did you start acting?
Professionally, I started 2013. Professionally. Actually, acting has been something that I really liked. But, and man proposed, God disposed. I remember 2002. So I was on my way to Ikotun and I wanted to, up on bike. Fortunately for me, I was on the same bike Ogboluke was. So Ogboluke was actually going, I told him this story, was just laughing. So Ogboluke was actually going to Ikotun. So then I saw him and he was in one movie that I liked then. So I was like, to blah, 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 blah. On bike, I was discussing.
Wow.
I think he gave me how to reach out to him to come to Ikotun side, blah, 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 blah. So I went now and, I just realized that, to be honest with you, which I'm not going to, I need to make money. I need to make money. I need to make business led by company and all that. So I went on set for like 2-3 times. I just felt, let me come back to this. So I went to, that was when I started with Flexo, like I said. So, but professional, I started 2013.
Okay, brief us a little about your background, about your upbringing before we go deep into the industry.
That one hard. Okay, let me just put it this way. Like I said earlier, both parents are from Ogun State.
Okay.
So we are 3. My kid sister and my kid brother. But my mom, I think, I don't know, she had delays. Like the distance between I and my kid sister should be about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and the last one should be about 20-something years. So,
wow.
But practically, I raised both of them. So I raised both my, as a matter of fact, my kid sister just left my crib, like, to be on her own, like last month.
Oh, wow.
She was married before, but, one thing or the other, she left and she was with me. So practically, I raised my kid. My siblings. Practically, I raised my siblings. So, and my dad currently stays in I don't know, but my dad shuffles Lagos and Abeokuta.
Okay.
But my mom is currently in, Lagos. So what else again? To go deep into my...
Are they together?
No, not really.
Okay.
I think
Divorced?
They divorced like 20-something years ago, 26 years ago.
Oh, wow.
26 years ago, because I remember my mom was pregnant. Yeah, when they divorced, I think she was pregnant, and at the end of the day, we all had to stay with my mother.
Okay.
So at a point in time, you know how the thing is, my dad would be like, so I went back to my dad.
For real?
Yeah, so because I just felt, I'm in the firstborn now, so let me just be with my dad and let the siblings be with my mom. But eventually, I had to go back to my mom because my dad was with another woman. You know how the thing was, and eventually things was not really going well, and I was terribly sick at a point in time that it was God intervention that made me to be alive today. So I had to go back to a lot of family fracas. It was too much. So, but at the end of the day, that was one of the reasons why, because eventually when I moved with my mom, so my dad was like, oh, so I did not want to go back to my dad because of what I was actually facing. There. So I was living alone. So they had to get me an apartment for me to be living. So I was just living alone.
Why was that? Was it so that the two of them can reach you differently, or why?
I don't know. It's just like, so okay. So that was when I started living alone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because my dad was well to do.
Wow. I told you, you're a big boy.
Big boy.
Help me.
That was then, Sha. Not now.
Okay, so at what point did you now decide to come into the industry fully?
2012.
Why at that time?
To be honest with you, when I was working in Flexo, this thing I'm saying is the truth, the honest truth. As at then, I was making money then, even working with that man, but I was never fulfilled. I was never fulfilled. Something was just missing, to be honest. So I think when I met my wife, so I think that void, she filled it. So I was like, okay, maybe because I haven't found my missing rib. When I got married, when I was almost like I was planning my wedding, you understand? I started feeling that again. I knew that it was not marriage that was my problem. So what now happened? The first time that I appeared on screen was in 2012, 2012. So I was...
What movie?
I can't even remember that movie. Okay. To be honest with you, it's not as if I went for a location or something. What happened was I was somewhere, with my friends, playing, drinking, just enjoying my time, and they were filming there. I think my mode of dressing actually, suited what they wanted, and they approached me politely. Sir, please, we would like you to, can you do this? I said, I don't know how to do it, though. It's been a long time, blah, blah, blah. So they explained to me, and I did it, and I liked it. When I go home that day, and I felt so fulfilled. I have never felt that kind of feeling in my life before. So I thought of, you know what, give this thing a trial. So when I go home that day, I told my fiancée, she wasn't my wife then.
Yes.
Because, yeah.
What year did you get
2013.
married? Okay, 2013.
Yeah.
So you've been 10 years in marriage.
Going to the 11th, sir.
Senior colleague.
So I told my wife that, and my fiancé then, just what film, and I liked it, blah, 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 blah. And I would really love to chase this thing. But she was like, no, blah, 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 blah. You know how women could be like that. So I
what
said,
was her excuse?
She said, ìwọ tó jẹ́ pé o ti ṣe fíìmù kan, blah blah blah.
Only a kiri.
So and all that now, and the fear of unknown now and all that. So what now happened that actually got me into acting? I almost forgot this. Was during, I think it was Fashola's regime as the governor of Lagos State.
Okay.
So I heard that his wife had a bakery, a very massive bakery.
Okay.
And I should try and submit a proposal. Maybe I should be supplying their nylons.
Okay.
You understand? I said, wow, okay, and I think her bakery was one of the biggest bakery in Lagos then. Like, if I should just get this contract, my life done better. So I submitted the proposal the first time. It wasn't accepted. So they didn't even attend to me. They didn't attend to me. So the second time, the third time. So I now had a friend that was a movie maker.
Okay.
And all that. So I think actors actually went to see Fashola then. I think for something I could not really remember. And that guy told me that I surely believe we Fashola mommy. And like that, my friend was saying, I actually believe we Fashola mommy. How?
More in me as in
like him.
He knows him.
Yes.
Who is that your friend?
Do you want me to mention his name?
Yes.
His name is Tokumbo Awoga.
Okay. Okay.
So I now said, how? I said, Okporo called me, something like that. And then, so I now said, hey, so exposure over by so the plan was me lowo me moyo. You understand? To buy the people moyo saying contract, I should be able to do that. So I felt, okay, that was what started, okay, let me be a movie producer. Because of my business, I do not want to be a full-time actor. Let me invest in the movie industry. Maybe once and that is the reason why my production name is Daylight Media. So it's the same Daylight, everything I do Daylight.
Oh,
Daylight,
yes,
Daylight.
I know.
So I feel, okay, maybe if the business name, get to a certain level, maybe I will be recognized. Maybe, okay, let me just appear in some movies and all that. That was the plan. So when I now go home, I told my wife then, okay, you know what, let's do it this way. We cannot be like this. We need to step forward in life. And this business actually, and as at then, it is not like now that social media, you can just blow your business. 2013, there was no, Instagram. Like the only thing we had then was Facebook, BBM. You understand? Instagram, there was nothing like, so the best way, so I just said, okay, you know what? Let me be using movies to be advertising my business and all that. So she accepted. So that was why I started as a producer, not knowing that God had a different plan for me. So that was how, also I started producing. So during those times that I was producing, I got to have something that God has actually blessed me with, is relationship with people. I think I have really good relationship with people that are actually, close to me. So they started recommending me for, okay, Shule Wabawa Shile. So that was how my thought and, my, thought of being a producer and just being an investor in the industry changed to be a full-time actor.
Altogether, how many movies have you produced?
Maybe 15 or 14.
Ooh.
15 or 14, 15, 14, 16. I don't know. 15.
That's quite a lot.
You want me to count them? I think 15, 14, I can't remember.
Oh, wow. That's a whole lot of movies.
15, 14, I can't remember. So.
Okay. I know that for a while you were expecting babies to come and all. Those period, how long did you wait for a baby?
Actually, I started dating my wife 2005.
About
That's about
18 years ago.
Yeah, I think I started dating my wife 18 years ago. So officially we got married 2013, March 12 or so. March 12, yeah, March 12. So,
after 8 years.
Yeah.
Omolomo.
There were so many things. So that was it. So the plan was, okay, let us just get to a certain level. So during those times, and at that point in time, when I wanted to get married, most people get married because the wife is pregnant. I think you know that. So my parents was like, wedding. No. Why do you want to get married? No, for us to actually confirm, because after 6 months and 1 year, I feel about angel rice and all that. I said, no, you wanted this woman and all that. So when we got married, we didn't have a child until 2018.
From 2013
to 2018. So I 2018 will be Kelani. Until then, I'm still waiting as well. And it feels that thing is also generational. From my mom, because she had the same thing. I don't know actually.
Don't worry, it's not going to happen to you.
I don't know.
So you as a man, we've always had women come on the show that had delay in
marriage.
No, not delay, my delay in giving birth and everything. How was that period for you as a man? Not really for your wife. No?
I would speak for my wife.
Okay.
I would speak for my wife.
Okay.
Personally, to me, it didn't get to me that much.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why it didn't get to me that much was because I knew that it would come. Yes. And secondly was the fact that I had plans for myself when I wanted to get married. And I was telling my wife then, maybe because it's 5 years, I don't know, me totally change, because me can like it I was always, when there was pressure from the family side, most especially my mom, I was telling her that even though baby me le fiele, so mama is still no brain. But my wife, every morning like this, she will be listening to this music. I think Bayowa sang it with his wife then. I don't know. There was this song like that. Oh, mama called me 24/7. And one of the things that actually got to her then was the fact that she was the only one at home. Sometimes the kind of work we do, I might not be at home for 2 weeks. No one. So I think that actually got to her. But me personally, so, but we are thankful. That chapter is.
So at what point did the baby now come? At what point?
That is a very interesting story. So I'm going to share this thing. This is very funny. So we were actually filming one job in Ikorodu, 2017. That job, there was this lady, in industry. Her name is Simply Sino. No, not Simply Sino. Zeno something. Italy was directing the job. So my wife called me that in 2017, I think September or August. She now called me. She said, "You've not been home for like a month. Where are you?" I said, "I'm in Ikorodu." Italy was actually directing that job. I don't know if I said that earlier. I said, "Please let me come and see you at least 1 month." So I said, "Oh, okay. I will send you the address." So she now said, "Okay, I want to So there were elders on set that day. I could not remember, but there were elders on set. So she made meal for like 20 people, and when they finished eating, and they prayed for her and all that. So this guy, Jigon, I remember we were together that night, and we're just having fun outside. So I gave her the key to go to the room, and Jigon said, "Ìyàwó ẹ̀ máa lóyún lálẹ́ yìí o." báwo ni ìyàwó mi ṣe máa lóyún lálẹ́ ó ní ìyàwó ẹ̀ máa lóyún lálẹ́ ìṣẹ́ mo ní ọ̀dẹ́ ní ẹni ó ní nǹkan tí máa fún ẹ ní nǹkan tí máa fún ẹ kì í kàn báyìí I don't know if it's agbo I know that it cannot kill me I know ó ṣàwọnú mọ́tò he brought it out lolo and you know what now guys now you know anything we take now
say lolo like a drink
I don't know that thing no I do not know it it's just like bóyá gbòjẹ̀dí or something just so I just took it I said ìyàwó ẹ̀ máa lóyún lálẹ́ so we're just joking so that chapter passed 2 months after my wife just sent me a message on WhatsApp when did I come on set to meet you and I said Emi Omo hold on and I went to check because I posted a picture on Instagram of that very set and I said August 20 something I said mo ti lóyún ọjọ́ yẹn dẹ̀ ni mo lóyún I'm 2 months pregnant and I was on set that very day and I was with Jigan I just said yeah everybody was like kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ no Jigan kí ló fún mi mo sọ fún ẹ mo ní kí ló fún mi he didn't tell me till tomorrow I did not know but you don't know let me now burst your bubble. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it is coincidence or I don't know if it is life existence. So on the very day that my wife was gonna give birth to Kaylan, I was outside. I'm always outside. Always outside.
We're outside.
So and she knows me for something. A woman bá mi gan me. Let me. I have a very light skin. A woman bá mi gan. So when I think our pregnancy got to like 6 months, 4-5 months, she said, "Let me move to my parents' house." Because kì í sínlé. So my PA that is always with me too, is not always at home, is always with me. He said, in case Tomo bá mú mi. So you know, that very day I was outside with my friends. He just called me, mo ti ṣetán níbi iṣẹ́ mo ń lọ sílé. I said, oh okay. So I was with my friends till 1 o'clock. Lóru, they just called me. Hello Lékan, ìyàwó ẹ ti bímọ, mo ní ta ló bímọ. Ìyàwó ẹ ti bímọ. Ní ìyàwó ta ló bímọ. Ní ìyàwó ẹ ti bímọ. Ẹni tó sọ fún mi pé òun lọ ìgbà tó ń lọ lẹ́yìn ó ti dá mi ra hospital ló lọ kí ló dé tẹ́ ẹ ṣe pé mi sára ọ̀nà ẹrù máa bà ẹ́ ó lè máa wà wàkúwà bọ̀ kó lọ and all that.
Wow.
I just got to the hospital I just saw my baby girl.
Just like that. I just I mean so I go born like this for my life. You're not a father.
I'm not a father. But the most beautiful part of it all was that I think the following day, I got a house. The following day, I got a house of my own. So I told them that
wow.
So I rushed the place and I moved in. I had my naming ceremony there. That day that I had my naming ceremony, that I invited few of my friends like Jigan, Bidemi, I can't remember, Jamiu Aziz, Itele was there. Aisha invited some of my colleagues. That was the day that Jigan did Shomoe Mini with Bidemi Kosoko. That was that day that Davido messaged Jigan to come to Highland. That was how Shomoe blew. The day that we're having the naming ceremony of that girl that Cardozo gave me something for.
There is a time.
We're outside because we did the naming ceremony till like 2 in the midnight. I went to sleep the following day. Cardozo was everywhere. Jigan was everywhere. Shomoe like Cardozo, what's happen now? Yeah, you did. He said, I just come up for Davido house. Ha! What happened? He said, I said, Jigan, come, wait till you give me. You bless me with something. The guy can't bless you back with something.
Oh,
I said, Mama, she's my goddaughter. She's my goddaughter.
Wow. My goddaughter, Neo, Jigan.
So that was, I didn't know, that was why I said, I don't know if it was coincidence or I don't know if it was life existence, but it just happened.
Maybe God just blessed the word of his
I don't know. Yes, because because he always has it on his car and all that. So that was how that scenario happened and all that.
Wow. Thank God at the end of the day, Kaylan has come to stay and twins are coming afterwards. By God's grace, very soon.
Hey, Johnson said the same thing. Amen. No?
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, now let's go to another question entirely. Let's go to another question entirely. There is a wrong notion about you. I don't know what happened. I have never seen you like that before in my life. I've known you for years. I think as early as you came into the industry.
Yeah.
You've always been this cool guy, playful, very unserious. You don't have so much sense like that, you know. And then all of a sudden, we just saw a video of you beating a girl, and it went viral. And that day, I was like, me, I'm not so much into social media. I won't see. Once I see like this, I don't follow up. And I was like, show no bearing, show no more. And it went on and on like that. I wanted to call you, but one thing or the other, I just felt that this, okay, they were going to sort it, and the lady was also in the industry. I don't know her in person. Olamilekan, you that I know, you lay your hand on a woman. How? What happened?
See, what you just asked, this question you just put through me, I think is going to, drain me emotionally, because I have never ever talked about this since it happened. As a matter of fact, I think the people closest to me are the ones that actually know what really happened.
Okay.
But the truth of the matter is that I know that I haven't really come online to apologize to some certain set of people.
Okay.
And I am going to use this medium to do that, most especially the fans. If I have disappointed any one of you in any area, I am truly sorry. But for the first time, I am going to use this platform to explain what happened truly. You see, in this industry, a lot of things are going on. And if one is not careful, first and foremost, she and I would love to say this in Yoruba because I want to mix English.
It's okay.
First and foremost, me and this lady,
Okay.
nǹkan tí ó pa èmi àti ọmọ Ìpó ní àárín mi àti ẹ níwájú Ọlọ́run àti èèyàn ni ẹ káàárọ̀ sà, báwo ni my dear, nǹkan tó pa wá pọ̀ nìyẹn. As a matter of fact, títí mọ́gbà tí kìíní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ní ò mórúkọ ẹ̀, but mo mọ̀ ní ọ̀dọ̀ àfisọ̀pọ̀.
Oh, okay.
Ọmọọṣẹ́ àfisọ̀wọ̀ ni. Ibẹ̀ ló ti ṣe graduation. I was present on her graduation there. As a matter of fact, I think I was the one that presented. No, I think I went also.
Okay.
I shall remember. So, before she graduated, I see her always because her Afisọwọ calls me for job. And she greets me. She can't greet for Africa. That was how I took note of that. So, nígbà tó graduate tán, I said that same thing to someone. I keep meeting her almost everywhere I go. I was now telling my PA one day, I said, gbogbo ọmọ tó graduate, ọmọ yìí ni mo máa ń rí o. Tó tiẹ̀ máa ń, ọ̀sùn tó bá dẹ̀ ti rí mi, ó máa wá ń kí mi. Whether you like it or not, you will like that person.
That's right.
When I was, when we're filming Jagun Jagun, she was there for like 30 days.
30?
Yes, the same night, she and I was there. And to be honest with you, before they started filming Jagun Jagun, we had training for several weeks. She was also training. And she keeps coming to me, Esa, she fẹ́ omi. Money, my dear, mo fẹ́ omi, a lọ bá mi rà without collecting money from me. Ìgbà mi ìrántí because kò ń ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ kò ń ṣe méjì ló bá mi get omi. Like respect ọ̀gá sí senior colleague say, that is all. There was a job that I now did at Olasco Hotel recently. I was acting with her. I was playing a role that, one role like that. One guy is Talogbo Brensha, she was one girl Talogbe. Eventually, maybe they stole something or I can't remember. But she acted well. When I now got on that set, I was now telling her, my dear, how are you? Uti Sora, you know that kind of thing. Uti Sora, you know, èèyàn tí mo ti like I need she that's me now, kò ṣe mí. Tade joke and pie. So this fateful day, I was on set. I was on Adebayo Tijani set in Oyo. So I was there for like 20-something days. It was on that set that I think the day I finished was the day they broke news that late Mofia Folabi died. So I left that set and went to Ikorodu for his burial. That night, I think the following day, I got home because I could not go home that night. I slept in Ikorodu. So I now went home the following day. I was coming from Oyo. I went to Ikorodu. From Ikorodu, I went home. The moment I got home like this with my PA, I got a call from Wale Razak. Ọ̀rẹ́ báwo ni mo wà pa, ṣó jọ mo fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ kan mo pé mo fẹ́ ṣẹ́ ni, jọ mo fẹ́ kó máa bọ̀ lọ́yọ̀ láàárọ̀ kó wá bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ ṣó free. Mo ní Ọ̀yọ́ wo, ó ní Ọ̀yọ́ kan ni mo ní ṣó ó lè wá pè mí báyìí. Mo ṣe ń bọ̀ látọ̀yọ́ ni kíníkan. And he explained the situation to me. And I said, okay, you know what? I would come now. I picked up my phone, I called my PA. Alpha, a tún padà sí Ọ̀yọ́ ní arena. Esa, ẹ wo, ìyàwó mi wà nù oyún ó dẹ̀ ti heavy. I need to stay with her. Ìjọsà ẹ fún mi ní week ní pété ẹ fi attend sí. Yeah, now okay, no problem, I'll sort myself. So I picked up the car and drove back to Oyo, Abafa to be precise. I think I got there around 2 p.m. or so because mo kúrò nílé bí 10 yẹn padà. So I saw that the Dele Odole, Muyiwa Londoner. All well. Flaky. So we're there. Everybody was, happy to see each other. In that village, there were 2 locations there. The one I came for, and I think Akinolaya was actually coordinating one. So immediately, some people on that set heard that show is here. They came to greet me. I think Oyida Mola Sonny, she came to greet me. And I was still telling me, show you offended me. I said, why? She said, you didn't wish me happy birthday on your social media. That was when I saw this girl. And she came to greet me as well. I can't my dear Bawoni, normal stuff. So when I now got on that set, I was like, let us make this location lively. So immediately I told them to call a bike man for me. So I sent the bike man bushmeat and palm wine for us to, actually enjoy. So the moment they brought that bushmeat and palm wine, that was when I was called on set. So Mokora General Bedie àti emu half cup tó fi pè mú wọlé. So àwọn tó kù la filẹ̀ síta. I flaky. All well. Muyiwa Londoner and Daddy Dele Odele. We went inside to film. I think we were filming for like 6 hours straight in interior. So we got in, was it 6 or 4 or 5 hours, Sha? We got in around 3 or 3:30. We left inside around 8. Kilo defa. Generator 13 shoot. What's a knock? That was what, because the generator couldn't start. So on ebota, ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n fix the journey. Meanwhile, nígbà tí èmi rán àwọn èèyàn lẹ́ran ọ̀gbẹ́ àti ẹmu yẹn, àwọn tí ó wà in charge ẹran ọ̀gbẹ́ yẹn, wọ́n wá ń sọ pé ẹni tó kówó lẹ̀ tó fi ra ẹran ọ̀gbẹ́ àtẹmu pé kínkínní ni ó sì jẹ àti ó sì mú pé kó bá mi ṣẹ́kù tèmi ti bá dé. So when I got out, wọ́n wá gbé ẹnu fún mi àtẹran ọ̀gbẹ́, mo ní ẹ má wọrí mi lè mú mọ́. Let's understand. I was talking about to 8. Wọ́n sọ pé anybody tó bá fẹ́ ra nǹkan kó tètè ra nǹkan sìn yìí o because tó bá ti di 8 tí ẹni yẹn bá ti wọlé pé policy ẹ̀ ni pé kó fànà bí ìbẹ́ Jésù kò ní jáde o. So ìkan lára àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe fíìmù I think a lady òun náà gbé kúkà wá tó máa fi bá àwọn èèyàn ṣe noodles tó ń ta fáwọn èèyàn àti iṣu àtẹ̀yìn and all that. Èmi ni mo gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn níbi tí mo ti lọ tọ̀ mo wá ń bọ̀ mo wá sọ fún Allwell àti Flaky pé ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè ra nǹkan tá a fẹ́ rà sí wọ́n máa ń tètè close ní ibi báyìí o. Èmi tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ gangan mo dẹ̀ jókòó sáàrin àwọn méjèèjì báyìí mo dẹ̀ ń tẹ fóònù mi báyìí with the open mo dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ tí Allwell ń pe PA wọn mo ń gbọ́ tí Flaky náà ń pe PA wọn. So the funny thing was mo dẹ̀ ń gbàgbé mo dẹ̀ ń tẹ fóònù mi ìwọ̀n kan tí mò ń ṣe ìgbà tí mo máa fi tajú ká báyìí mo kàn dá Allwell where is your PA? Allwell ni ó ti lọ bá mi ra noodles àti ẹ̀yìn ṣe púpọ̀ náà ló sọ fún wa ń sìn pé ọ máa close the same thing. Flaky said the same thing. Mo need the drink o. I don't know if you understand that mo need the drink mo dẹ̀ wò rárá a ní ìmọ̀wọ́ ọbẹ̀ yẹn irọ́ ò dáa because naturally inú gbọ́n mi èèyàn tí mo lè pe mo wá rí ìwọ tó dàbí àbúrò mi èèyàn tí mo fojú jọ ní ibẹ̀ yẹn mo dẹ̀ pé mi my dear jọ wá ó dà mí lẹ́nu mo fẹ́ kó bá mi ra drink níbẹ̀ yẹn náà máa tó close àbí mi lè rán iṣẹ́ lónìí rárá o ẹ lè rán mi iṣẹ́ mo dẹ̀ fún lówó ó dẹ̀ lọ bá mi ra kódà àgọ́ nígbà tó lọ bá mi ra kó ṣe pé bóyá fún mi ń change because nǹkan tí mo rán ẹ kò tó owó tí mo fún níwájú Ọlọ́run àtìyàn kò sọ no kò lọ́ra kò ṣe anything kò ṣe ó dẹ̀ lọ́ra ó dẹ̀ kó dé fún mi bó ṣe rí nìyẹn bó dẹ̀ ṣe kó dé nǹkan méjì mo ní kó ra mo fún èèyàn kan lẹ́yọ̀kan èmi náà mo ẹ̀ẹ̀kan mo dẹ̀ jókòó sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Flaky wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi pé ṣó má bínú mo fẹ́ béèrè nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ mo ní kí nìyẹn are you dating this girl? Mo ní wù mo ní this girl mo ní no kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣó ọmọ yìí fún ẹ latitude o mo ní attitude ọmọ yìí fún ẹ latitude mo ní attitude kẹ irú attitude wo mi ìmọ̀rú attitude bọ̀ ọmọ yìí fún ẹ latitude mo ní first and foremost kò lè fún mi ní attitude mo ní mo mọ ọmọ yìí dáadáa mo ní secondly ọmọ ṣàfihàn ni ìyẹn ní ọmọ ṣàfihàn ni mo ní ṣèbára náà láti wà nù gbòyìí látàárọ̀ mo ní ó lè jẹ́ pé ó ti wà stressed àbó ti rẹ̀ and she said okay it's possible that was it. Meanwhile ní Abafat àti shooting I was hearing that the hotels there were bad. As a matter of fact, they were not sleeping conveniently. And I now finished on set 1:30 p.m. I was driving back to Challenge to sleep.
Wow.
Yes, I got to the hotel, Subchem. I got to Subchem around 2:30. I think it's a 1-hour drive.
Wow.
So when I got there, bí mo ṣe ń dé Subchem báyìí mo ráwọn èèyàn tó ń ṣe birthday ń bẹ àwọn crew àwọn so ṣó máa bọ̀ wá bá a ṣeré náà mo bá àwọn yẹn ṣeré di 30 minutes ìgbà tó máa di 3 o'clock gangan mo wọnú lé lọ sùn. When I got in ìgbà tó máa fi débi 10 mo jí lọ́jọ́ kejì I was driving back to Abafa. So when I got to Abafa I saw this girl again. She was the first person that greeted me. Ẹ̀ka ọ̀sùn mo ní my dear thank you ṣé àná o. Kò ju 1 hour lọ tí mo do reset I just kept seeing my phone ringing. Hello show ta ló ń bá jà mo fìgbésí ayé mi búra. Hello show ta ló ń bá jà mo ní èmi bíi ti báwo to be honest with you mo kọ́ pé èmi ò ń jà. The first person that called me ó ní aṣọ ẹ̀ ń bá yàn jà èèyàn yẹn bú yín lórí Instagram ó bú yín lórí WhatsApp mo ní èmi mo kọ́kọ́ wá wò pé ta ni mò ń bá jà mo wá ṣàn ẹni yẹn because me like hearsay. Mo wá ṣọ́nà ẹni pé jọ́ torí ọ̀nà tá lẹ́ni náà ó lóun ò lè dárúkọ ẹ̀ fún mi mo ní tó bá ti lè dárúkọ ẹ̀ fún mi má sọ ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí fún mi mọ́ mo ní bóyá èmi kọ́ lẹ́nu yẹn ń dárúkọ yín sẹ́ mo lé mi kọ́ bí mo ṣe ń drop call báyìí ẹlòmíì pè mí ṣó bla 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 nígbà tí èèyàn mẹ́ta ṣáà máa fi pè mí ìgbà tó máa fi di ẹnì kẹta tó wá pè mọ́ ní jọ send nǹkan tí wọ́n fi ń bú mi sí mi nígbà tó máa fi di ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin mo bá rí kọ́ níyì ṣó kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin wa àtọmọ ẹ̀ náà mo fi ìgbésí ayé mi bra mo mọ o olómọ tó ní kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ra drink lánàá kò sí nǹkan kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àárín ìrìn àti ó ló ń bù ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹ̀ gbọ́n mo ti ń panú ẹ̀ kí ní ìjọba mi sẹ́ǹdì nǹkan tí ọmọ yìí ìyẹn bá nóhùn lè bá mi sẹ́ǹdẹ̀ ọ̀ níbi tó ń tún nóhùn lè bá mi sẹ́ǹdẹ̀ ni ẹni tí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta tó pè ó ti dá sí orí WhatsApp mi mo bá open ẹ̀ ló bá di imagine a recognized upcoming artist oppressing his fellow female colleague because of a girl wey you wan fuck Ọlámilékan show kò sí bó ṣe lè pẹ́ tó you have priced and you must pay. Do I look like those people that clinch you? Or I dey among those people wey dey beg to follow you go club? You know this is the same way they do in double way. Ó tún dárúkọ school ọ̀gá ẹ̀ mu. It's here on my phone. Àgbàyà, oppressor òṣì. I do not just want to send your rubbish deed to my PR because if I do that, I will give you free publicity. You see my fellow female colleague there. Colleagues, you dey send me your stupid origin bitters. That's what she wrote. Torí pé nǹkan tí mo ní kó bá mi ra. Mo kọ pé kí la gbé kí ló jù.
Oppress.
Ta ni mo ń oppress? Mi ever rò pé mo ti oppress mi rò pé èèyàn kan máa wá tó máa sọ pé mo oppress òun rí ní industry kí mo ní tí mo fẹ́ oppress èèyàn èmi tí mo need help. Mistake tí mo ṣe ẹ̀yin èèyàn ẹjọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ má bínú tí mo bá ṣẹ̀yìn. Mistake tí mo ṣe ni pé kò tí ẹ yẹ kí n sọ anything ó kò yẹ kí n fà lé lọ́ọ̀yà mi lọ́wọ́ ni kó bá mi sú ẹ ìgbà yẹn lórí ẹ̀ máa wá pé mo kò jẹ́ kó jèrè ẹ̀kan a lot of things lára mi tó dẹ̀ fi fa mi ní sọ pé mi ó fẹ́ fi fa rẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. But the reason I didn't do that was because this same girl ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kí mi ó wà lọ́ọ̀kan mi. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ èèyàn mélòó náà ló máa rí nǹkan báyẹn tó máa rí èèyàn tó lọ ń borúkọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó wà níwájú ẹ̀ tí ò ní lọ bá.
So you now went to her.
Mo wá lọ bá pé are you crazy? What is all this nonsense tó ń kún pa mi? I swear to Almighty God ibi tọ́mọ yẹn ti ṣe oríṣẹ́. It is not as if bóyá that thing was something tó jẹ́ pé kò plan, it was planned. Like ó ti níyàn tó fẹ́ record pé bọ̀bọ́ yìí máa wá bá mi tó bá dé o ó ti set everything. Kò ń ṣe pé bóyá dem say. She knows what she wanted to do. Tó bá jẹ́ pé wà sí èèyàn ti ṣẹ̀mí rí tó jẹ́ pé mo as a matter of fact mo post nǹkan kan sórí social media èèyàn tí mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ tí ò mọ̀ pé mo mọ̀ òun ó dẹ̀ wá síbẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ wá bú mi gidi gan mo dẹ̀ pẹ́ tó mọ̀ pé kí ló ń ṣe àwọn ọmọ yìí tó máa ń fẹ́ chase clout unnecessarily because kò sí iwájú mi mo dẹ̀ pọ̀ gẹ́ẹ̀ náà mo dẹ̀ pa wọn pé ẹbẹ́ ni yìí sọ̀rọ̀ torí kò sí iwájú mi ọjọ́ tí mo dẹ̀ rí mo dẹ̀ wo bọ́dẹ̀ wá bẹ́ẹ̀ mo dẹ̀ pé kí ni mo fẹ́ ṣe fún ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ because it was the heat of the moment because of a woman wey obìnrin wo mi ìgbóbìnrin wá location ṣé all well la fẹ́ sọ ni àbí flaky àbóyin tí mo ti mọ̀ ti pẹ́ tó jábúrò mi. Mo dé ló bá the first thing I said was are you crazy? Why would you write such a thing about me? I was furious, I was annoyed. The next thing tọ́mọ yìí máa sọ ni pé kí ló fẹ́ ṣe ló fi dá mi lóhùn. Mo ní kí lèmi fẹ́ ṣe. Mi ò ní parọ́ o because ara mi ti hot. Mo fẹ́ gbà lọ́jọ́ pé are you normal? Ọwọ́ dẹ̀ gbé mi ọwọ́ kan gbé mi látẹ̀yìn pé ẹ fílẹ̀ máa fọwọ́ kan. Ọwọ́ yẹn dẹ̀ ṣe gbé mi báyìí ọmọ yìí dẹ̀ ń ṣe fídíò. Nà mí ṣe gbogbo ẹ máa ń nà obìnrin nìyẹn nà mí mi ìfọwọ́ kan o. Mi ìṣe anything ó ti mú fídíò. Ariwo yẹn ni ọwọ́ ẹ gbọ́ àtàwọn èèyàn kan. I think when you were London I was seated.